Hey everybody, this is Ryan, one of your VFit trainers with a VFit Trainer Nutrition Tip. Today I'd like to talk to you about the boneless, skinless chicken breast. Now we all know that the chicken breast is a very healthy food, but the challenge that comes with cooking it is that it can become very dry very fast. So today I'd like to share with you a couple of tips that I use here in my own kitchen that can help you keep that chicken breast from turning into chicken jerky. So what we have here are two pretty typical chicken breasts. They're both about 12 ounces each. Now what I've done is I've already pre-trimmed the fat. And the next step is going to be actually to use the meat tenderizer. Do one at a time. Now one thing you want to make sure you're doing is that you're handling the meat properly. Proper food handling is important. So what I'm doing here is I'm tenderizing it to make it even in its thickness. I'm going to show you the difference between the two. You can see this is about 1.5 to 2 inches thick there, all the way through. And here, on your regular breast, you can see that it's thin on one side and thick on the other. And that's where it really gets difficult in cooking it. So by flattening it, we make it more even, and anything that can cook even is going to cook much more tenderly. So the other thing we're doing is we are loosening the muscle fibers. And that's really where the tenderizing part of this comes into play. So the two things we've done is that we've distributed the thickness evenly throughout the whole fillet, and we've also loosened up those muscle fibers. Now, after we're done tenderizing, we want to take our olive oil. Now this is about 2 tablespoons, so about a tablespoon each. Just going to spread a little bit on top. And you can use a basting brush if you like. Me, I don't mind getting my hands dirty, so I'm just going to kind of massage it in there. And then I'm going to flip it over, do the same thing. You really don't need more than a tablespoon per. Just a little bit of olive oil is going to go a long way. Now once that's done, you can choose your own seasoning. Try to keep the sodium low. I like to use a little bit of a spicier seasoning. And voila. Now that we've prepared our meat, I'm going to go ahead and go through 2 different ways that you can cook it. The first being with the conventional oven. I went ahead and set my oven at 350 degrees and put a piece of parchment paper on a cookie sheet so it's easier to clean up. Take one of my breasts, go ahead and set it on the cookie sheet, and I'm going to throw it in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. The second method is the stovetop method. I like to use a stovetop griddle, but you can also use a frying pan or an electric griddle if you like. Now, go ahead and set your temperature to about a medium low heat, and there's no need to use any cooking spray or butter or anything because we've already basted our chicken breast in olive oil. So at this point, all you need to do, set the chicken breast on the cooking surface. And the beauty of tenderizing is that we've evened out the size, the thickness of the chicken breast, so we don't have to worry about one side cooking a lot faster than the other, which is going to minimize the amount of times that we need to turn it, which will keep it juicier and more tender. Another tip is I like to take a glass lid with a handle and go ahead and cover the chicken as it's cooking. This kind of locks in the heat, and I like to use a glass lid so I can kind of see what's going on. So there you have it. We've got the oven-baked chicken and then the stovetop cooked chicken. You can see that both of them, very tender, very juicy. Very delicious. There you go. I hope you found these tips helpful, and please remember that it's not about the recipe as much as it is about the preparation. So feel free to add some of your own ingredients and be creative and make it your own. I'm Ryan, and on behalf of all of us here at VFit, we are here to help you reach your personal fitness goals. And remember, VFit, be fit.